Good morning, everybody. How are you all doing this Sunday morning? This is Barb Marion, and I just want to share with my brothers and sisters in Christ. My devotions that I read this morning were very, very good, and I just, thought it was worthy of sharing with others so that they can enjoy and think about these things too. I'm taking this from my Quiet Times book. It's a daily devotional for couples by H. Norman Wright. And it starts out with 1 Timothy 6 verse 7. For we brought nothing into the world, and we can take nothing out of it. So how do or did your parents view money? What have you learned from them about earning, saving, and spending? And how has their perspective on money shaped your views today? You may find it you may be surprised to discover how much you and your partner have been influenced in financial matters by your parents. But how does God view money? Okay, what is its purpose from his perspective? Ron Blue, who is a Christian financial consultant, he views it, he uses 3 words to summarize how money is viewed by God. First, money is a tool. God uses the abundance or scarcity of money in our lives to mold us and make us pleasing to him. Paul learned contentment through the extremes of having much and having nothing. And this is Philippians 4 verse 11 to 13, which I'll share. I am not saying this because I am in need, for I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do everything through him who gives me strength. It is possible in both situations to develop stewardship, build relationships, learn to use time effectively, etc. Perhaps it might be helpful to take a moment and imagine what your relationship with God would be like if you were just the opposite of what you are now financially. Second, money can be a test in our life, a test of faithfulness. Okay, Luke 16 verse 10 to 13 says, whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much, and whoever is dishonest with very little will be dishonest with much. So if you have not been trustworthy in handling worldly wealth, who will trust you with true riches? And if you have not been trustworthy with someone else's property, who will give you property of your own? No servant can serve 2 masters. Either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. Okay, a key thought in this passage is that we cannot serve both God and money. That's an interesting thought. Many people would say they are not serving money, but their thoughts, attitudes, habits of accumulating money or possessions, and the amount of time they spend at work say just the opposite. The presence of money in life tests our determination to serve God. And third, money is a testimony. In Matthew 5, 13 to 16, it says here, you are the salt of the earth. But if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled by men. You are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before men, that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven. So it goes on to ask a few questions here. Does your use of your money and possessions complement your commitment to be salt and light in the world? Whether you are poor, comfortable, or wealthy, the way you use your money can be a testimony to the Lord. How does your checkbook reflect that you are a Christian? Can anyone else tell by looking at your checkbook whom you are serving? So this devotion this morning really speaks to me, especially on how much time do we, like it says, how much time do we focus on making money? If we're not spending the time devoting ourselves to God and more time to making money, then we are serving money as our God instead of serving God. So I just want to say, let's refocus our thoughts and be happy and content with what God has given us and blessed us with, because when we look around us, we are so fully blessed abundantly. Even if our checkbooks aren't overflowing with cash, we are so blessed in this world. I just want to say, just enjoy what you do have. Trust God for everything that you may need or want, and if it's in God's will, then God will make it happen. So have a good Sunday, and God bless everyone.